Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. And so today we are going to be making a card using the cup of tea bundle and some different paper. We're not going to be using tea boutique paper. We're actually going to be using Lovely in Linen designer series paper. It's a 12 by 12 pack. The tea boutique paper is a 6 by 6 and it's adorable, but this paper is cute too. So I was looking at it and I'm like, yeah, that would be really cute on this card. So I'm also going to be using a stitched circle from Stylish Shapes. So, you know, we still have the layering circles, but they are not stitched. And I have a feeling that this might be the last year for them, because we're coming out with all these other circles, layering circles, and so I'm thinking that might go bye-bye. I'm not sure, of course, but just a thought. So let's get started today. I'm going to be using the dies and the stamp set, and I'm going to be using one product that is discontinued. It's called a spritzer, and it's been discontinued for some time, but I never got rid of mine, and if you have one, hold on to it because you can't find them anymore. In fact, I don't think you can buy them anywhere. So I am going to be using the spritzer today, but you can do other things to make that same technique. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, and so I'm going to be using, I kind of like using the thick white cardstock for my cardstock base when I'm doing a white card. And so I am going to fold this in half. So this is going to be my card base, okay? And then I'm going to layer a piece of white on top of it. This is white has become very popular, and I do kind of like the look, although I am going to tint it. So, and I have another piece of white. This one is 4 1/4 by 3, okay? And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And this piece is, of course, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, folded at the half. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a blending brush with Sweet Sorbet. So this was a card we made at let's see, we made this at Club this month. And it was a big hit. So I thought, well, let's just make this for our video. Okay, so of course I ink it up, then I take some off. I know it's crazy, but it's true. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly blend it. Okay, so when you do it that way, you get a very light, beautiful blend. Okay, and if you take that directly, that's what you would get on your cardstock. Okay, so that doesn't do much for me. So now I'm going to take this smaller piece and I'm going to actually blend it again. A little more. Make it a little bit darker right here in the center. So you can just keep going in. What it does is it makes this nice dark edge. I know, I'm a blending freak. Okay, so that looks good. All right, so I'm done with that. Now I am going to use that spritzer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to layer these on top of each other. I'm going to take my Sweet Sorbet marker. Use this pad. So I did that video on Tuesday. It was a non-talking video, a non-verbal. I just set it to music, made it double speed, and what did you think? It was a very simple card, right? But did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you want to see more of that or not? Okay, so you're going to put if you have one of these, you're going to put the marker in, and you're going to put it so that the tip of the marker is just below the spritzer. Okay, and you don't want to tighten it too tight because it won't be good for your marker. Okay, now when you spritz, you're going to have the spritzer going straight up and down, not the marker, but the spritzer. Okay, and when you spritz, you're going to get a nice little spritz. Okay, you hold it too close, you're going to get that. You hold it up, you're going to get a nice little spritz. Oh, I love it. Maybe the spritzers will come back. I would love that if they would, because it makes this gorgeous little spritz. You need your markers to be pretty juicy. So if they're kind of dry, it won't work as well, but look at that. See that nice spritz? I don't know if you can see, that looks like there's a shadow going on. Okay. I love it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this up. Some dimensionals. And guess what? I have bigger dimensionals today instead of the tiny ones. Yay! Because you know me, I always seem like I have those little tiny ones handy. But today, I have the regular size. Okay, so we're just going to lay this on top, center it. Okay, and then I'm going to apply this to my card. My card base. Okay, so my card base is ready now. And I like that it's like got this edge and then it's white, right? So the card base stays white if you do it this way. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the designer series paper. So it's lovely in linen. And this is the piece that I'm using. Okay, it kind of looks like a handkerchief, a man's handkerchief, Western. And then this is the other side. So let's use both sides. And we're actually going to cut out the teacups, the bigger part of the teacup, not the intricate part, but the outside. And so I flipped it over and I cut one of each. All right. And then I cut out the intricate part, which is this part, out of white. And I do recommend that you, I don't know where my take your pick tool is, but I do recommend that you run this through twice, okay, because it is pretty detailed. And if you have the magnetic plate before it was discontinued, that might help, but I just run it through twice. And I'm looking for my scissors. Where are my scissors or my tool? I don't really need it, actually. I think I can just poke it out with my fingernails, but that's not the plan. They pop out really easy if you run it through twice. So once and then back. That will help poke those out. If you don't, you might have to dig them out a little harder. See, that one just didn't really want to come loose. So they are pretty detailed, which makes them cute. But it also can be frustrating if it doesn't cut all the way through. And in which case you probably just want to start over. Just saying. It's not worth the aggravation. Okay. So we have had some very, very hot weather here in St. Louis. Interestingly enough, I mean, it's June, so, you know, to be expected. But, man, like last week started the heat, and this week was pretty much the same. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my glue. I'm going to put this on my silicone craft sheet, right? So it actually will, if any glue gets squeezes out onto the craft sheet, it will be easy cleanup. Just going to put, I could have used the adhesive sheets, which would have been a really smart thing to do, but why don't I ever think of that when I'm getting ready to make a video? I just don't. Duh. Really dumb. Okay, so now take this one and flip it onto my cup so they layer perfectly. So cute. And then we have this one. also a layer. Just like that. And you have a little wiggle room before it dries. Actually, put that underneath that and hold it for a second. Okay. And then, ooh, I didn't get enough glue right there. I can see that. Need a touch of glue right there. Definitely want all of that glued down. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. And I'm not going to put any dimensionals on this one because I'm going to glue this one straight down onto my card. Okay, as I mentioned, I was going to use the Stylish Shapes, and there's a little circle in there that cuts out, as I said, the little stitching. So I'm going to stamp on that, and the stamp I'm going to use is Let's Get Together Soon from Cup of Tea, and I'm going to use Night of Navy because that is the color that's in here, Night of Navy. So I'm going to use my Night of Navy ink pad. Stamp it on this circle. And then I'm also going, oh, I need to leave that open because I'm going to stamp It's Time for Tea on this little tag. So the dies, the teacup dies come with the tag. And so I'm going to stamp, let's see, where is it? Here it is, the one that's stained. Take this off. I'm going to stamp It's Time for Tea on the tag. Okay, isn't that so cute? Okay, done with that stamp pad. Okay, so now what I have is one more thing I need to stamp. And it is these little flowers from the stamp set. These little flowers that fit actually on top of this greenery. But I'm not going to use the greenery. I'm just going to stamp the little flowers. So I did that ahead of time, and I have the 4 of them. And I stamped them in Mango Melody. So I just cut out, and there's the die that cuts them out. Okay. So I just cut out these 2 bigger ones. So I have 4 of those. And there they are. Okay, so I think I have everything I need now. And I am going to keep all my dies together so I don't lose them. I'm going to use some white baker's twine. And I'm actually going to put some white baker's twine on the back of this tag. I'm going to use a dimensional to hold it in place. I'll put another dimensional right underneath it. Oops. Ooh, okay, that's bizarre. It did not work. There we go. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on the circle. Okay, so I still don't, oh, there's my scissors. Yay. Cut a little piece of that. So now I have the tag and my circle. Okay, and then I have those. So it's time to assemble my card now. I have my card. So what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is just put some adhesive on the back of my sweet sorbet cup. Okay, so I'm going to put that right here. And then I have this cup, which I'm going to kind of layer a little bit on top of the other one. Ugh. And before I do that, I actually want a little bit of this put this like this. Okay, so I have the tea bag hanging. Just like that. So now I'm going to do this. Take these off. get together soon, right here or anywhere that you like. And then use your glue dots and adhere these with glue dots. It makes it so much easier than trying to do it with glue or adhesive of any kind. Oops, I don't think the glue dot came off with that. There we go. Okay, there is our card. Don't know if it needs any glitz. It might need just a little embellishment. So let's use the, do I want to use opal rounds or some other embellishment? I'm trying to think. Yeah, let's use some opal rounds. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to use 3 opal rounds. 1. So some are bigger than others. Let's use a bigger one right there. 2 small ones. There we go. Okay, hope you enjoyed this card today. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.